Nick Lopez here with Lime Painting. I want to take you through the process of an interior repaint. This particular project is a faux finish over a textured drywall. You can see here it's a trowel pattern with the glaze buildup in the trowel pattern. Rule number one, get the color right. Understand your competencies. So if you're not a color guru, partner up with a color designer, someone that can take a client through the process of evaluating what's going on in their home, from carpets to maybe stained trim boards, brick patterns. You want to take the full facade and get the full landscape to come together and the colors to make sense in the space. But more than anything, important step here is to get a sizable sample that you can see what the color is going to look like beyond just a small color chip. The other thing you can do is cut down some drywall pieces and sample your pattern onto a sample board like this. So you can see what was initially just a flat level 5 drywall pattern. We applied this trowel texture over the surface of this drywall piece to mimic the pattern on the wall throughout the home. And then from there, the homeowner can take that color sample and scale it throughout the home, put it up against their brick, put it up against their cabinets, put it up against their countertops, and really get the flavor for what's on these walls in this particular room throughout the whole home. The other suggestion that I would give you is to sample these boards in different rooms and different lightings. So whether it's the middle of the day or at night, these colors and this finish, in particular the sheen and the way that it pulls the color, is going to represent the color differently at different times. Another tip here, what's helpful is putting a piece of tape here, good old-fashioned blue tape. But what we did here is we named the color of the base. So for this particular sample, the base was Cool Beige from Sherwin-Williams. The sample base up here was Practical Beige, and they're both Duration Satin from Sherwin-Williams. So whenever you're applying a faux finish, you want a satin base as the finish. That's going to allow for the glaze to trowel over that surface appropriately versus a flat. Also used Sherwin-Williams Faux Impressions as our glaze. There's many different suppliers with different glazes. You'll want to do some sort of ratio. Make sure to consult with your supplier and what the recommendations are for the data sheet on the particular product. You can get data sheets online from the supplier or directly from your supplier, whoever the retail outlet is. But in any case, they're going to tell you what the best results are going to be for a particular product. For this faux, it was a 10-to-1 ratio. So what we did was, the ratio was 10 of the glaze and 1 part of the color. So what we did was got a particular color steamed milk here and mixed it 1 part and 10 parts glaze. Another tip and final tip before you scale out a faux pattern on an interior is to pick your particular color. So on these two cases, we had Cool Beige here on the bottom, we had Practical Beige here on the top, and you're going to want to knock them down 2 to 3 notches on the color swatch, and that's going to give you your color combination. So if your base is Cool Beige, you'll knock it down 3 notches on the color swatch, and that will be your 1 part ratio in the 10-to-1 ratio with the glaze. So your base paint is going to be this lighter color, and that's going to be a solid paint tone in itself, and that's going to lay the backdrop of this combination. And based on that backdrop color, in this example it's Cool Beige, you'll mix your 10-to-1 ratio with glaze from 3 color swatches down. And that's going to be what you essentially pattern over that base color. So it's a multi-step process here. You're going to paint your base color, then you're going to mix your glaze 10-to-1 ratio. Again, your one part is going to be 3 notches, maybe 2 notches down from your base color. Mix that 10-to-1 ratio, and then you can go about applying it over the base tone. And you'll see here multiple samples. They're all the same pattern, but different colors and therefore different results here. So tip of the day, make sure that you get the color right on a sizable sample, and you not only look at it in one room, but you create some sort of sample board that you can scale throughout the home and look at it at different times. And that way you prevent the unfortunate situation of painting 2/3 of your project and realizing it's not the color that you want.